G7 Pro when? Do you have any updates on the G7 Pro? When is the G7 Pro releasing? Well, finally, I have all the information you have been wanting to know about the G7 Pro. Yes, as mentioned in my last video, GameSir were over in Viva, Las Vegas at CEX 2025, where all of the biggest tech-minded companies turn out to show off their latest innovations. And GameSir were no different as they hosted a TikTok livestream where they announced a number of new controllers, including a Tarantula Pro for Xbox, as well as an expanded Marvel collaboration with some Marvel-themed controllers. Now, I will talk about the Xbox Tarantula Pro in a future video, so remember to subscribe not to miss out on any of the details. But for now, let's get into what everyone is actually here for. Let's get into the details about the G7 Pro, one of this year's most anticipated controllers. Starting off, as I predicted in my last video, this will be a wireless controller. Kind of. Yes, on PC, we will be able to play both wired and wireless with a 1000Hz polling rate mode. But unfortunately, over on Xbox, we will only have the option to play wired. Now, while this is a shame, when I actually think about it, I do tend to find myself playing wired for the most part, so it's not too big of a deal for me. So for my playstyle, it's not too much of a problem, but if this is a deal breaker for you, remember to let me know in them comments below. Next, we have the confirmation of mechanical hair triggers. And as you can see on screen, we have the latches themselves on the back of the controller, right here. As opposed to on the triggers themselves, that was the case with the Cyclone 2, which was the only real criticism I had with the otherwise impressive triggers. An addition I did not see coming, but hyped to see included, is 2 extra shoulder buttons placed beside the bumpers. Anyone familiar with the Razer Wolverine V3 will be familiar with these types of extra buttons. But for anyone who isn't as aware of these kind of inputs, they are predominantly targeting claw players. But I myself, who plays with a regular grip, really finds it much easier binding my weapon swap up here, letting me leave my thumbs on the sticks and freeing up the back buttons for other functions. GameSir giveth, but GameSir also taketh away, because while we are getting 2 extra shoulder buttons, we are only going to be supplied with 2 back buttons. Now, I know this is bad news for many of you out there, and to be honest, the most requested feature I saw in my comments was 4 back buttons. But for me, the blow is softened a little because of the extra shoulder buttons, but that doesn't change the fact that 4 buttons would have been preferable. We also have 2 extra latches on the back of the controller, similar to the GameSir G7 SE. These allow you to turn off the buttons on the back of your controller, meaning you won't have any accidental button presence. TMR thumbsticks have also been confirmed, which means no stick drift. This also means greater accuracy and better energy consumption, as TMR thumbsticks takes less of your controller's juice to get better results. Aesthetically, the G7 Pro looks to have the same form factor as the rest of the line, but GameSir did tease us with a number of cool customization options. Firstly, a 3-part magnetic faceplate, which can be removed to reveal this awesome looking see-through cover. Undoubtedly a gimmick, but undeniably cool. We also have some removable thumbsticks, so I'd imagine we will be given the option of slightly larger sticks if we would prefer. We were also teased with a removable and swappable D-pad. 3 options were mentioned. Firstly, the disc one we see fitted here, a standard D-pad as well as a hybrid. So we will have some pretty nice customization options when we actually get our hands on the G7 Pro. Now, I know what all of you guys are thinking. Gav, that sounds really awesome, but when can I get my hands on the G7 Pro? When will it be releasing and how much will it be? Well, on the price, the CEO of GameSir himself had this to say.
For the G7 Pro under $100 or?
Oh, and the biggest news is that the G7 Pro will be under $100.
Let's go, ladies.
Let's go.
So no concrete price, but under $100 is sounding pretty nice to me. And when it comes to the actual release date, they were also a little coy, but they did reveal that it will be releasing in spring. So I know we've waited so long for this controller already, but not too much longer. So there we have it. Finally, we got some more info on the G7 Pro. Hopefully I managed to answer some of your queries, but if you are still a little unsure on anything, drop me a message in the comment section. I'll do my best to give you an answer. Also, don't forget to hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on my full review of the G7 Pro when the controller releases. And also to hear the details about the Xbox Tarantula Pro, which I will do a video of in the future. But that's it guys, that's the video. Thanks so much for watching. I've been GavLayer88, and until the next time, I'll catch us.